Good morning student, welcome to the online classes of Mount Brescia School. As you know, I am teaching you science. In the previous video, I have taught two properties of the material, that is flotation and transparency. I hope you all have understood the topic and read also. So today I am going to discuss the next topic, that is conduction of heat. Okay, from here I will start today. So to conduct means to transfer. So when a material transfer heat to pass through them easily, such type of material is called good conductor of heat. Such as metals such as copper, iron, silver, gold, aluminium, these all have the properties to transfer heat. So they all are called good conductor of heat. That's why we are using cooking utensils made up of materials such as copper, iron, silver, aluminium, okay, because they conduct heat very easily and good amount of heat can pass through them. But there are some materials which do not allow heat to pass through them easily. So such materials are called as poor conductor of heat. Poor conductor they are possessing. Why? Because through them heat cannot pass. Wood, plastic, rubber, paper, these are the materials which do not have the property to transfer heat through them. So these are called as poor conductor of heat. Now let's talk about conduction of electricity. Okay, so as we have talked about conduction of heat, in the same way conduction of electricity. To conduct means to transfer. In the conduction of heat, we have seen that heat can pass through them easily, and in conduction of electricity, the materials which allow electricity to pass through them easily are called as good conductor of electricity. As I have discussed in the conduction of heat, good conductor of heat, metals are having the capability to conduct heat very nicely. In the same way, metals such as copper, iron, aluminium, these all metals are having the capability, means this all are having the properties to transfer electricity also very nicely. But there are some materials which do not allow electricity to pass through them. Such materials are called poor conductor of electricity. Again, wood, plastic, rubber, paper, glass, these do not have the properties to conduct electricity. So they are called as poor conductor of electricity. Okay. Now we will discuss the next topic, that is soluble and insoluble materials. So what are soluble and insoluble materials? When a substance, the substance which is soluble in water are called as soluble substance. So what are the substance? Let's take the example of salt and water. So when any substance dissolves in water completely, you must have noticed that when you have, let's take one glass of water and in that add 1 spoon of salt and stir it very nicely, then you will find that both the salt and the water dissolve very nicely. So salt is soluble in water. So salt and water, as they are soluble in water, so that soluble liquid is called as the salt solution. But there are some substances which do not dissolve in water, so that substance are called as insoluble substance. Sand and water. In one glass of water or in one beaker or in one bucket of water, you add sand. 1 cup of sand you add. Then you will find that after stirring many times also, it will not dissolve in water. It will settle down at the bottom of the water, bottom of the bucket, because it is not soluble in water. Okay. Same way, if you take sugar solution also, sugar will also dissolve in water. After stirring, you will find that sugar will also dissolve in water. So that soluble liquid is called as sugar solution. Similarly, many liquids are there which dissolve in water. The liquids which dissolve in water are called as miscible liquid. Example, honey. If you take 1 glass of water and you add 1 spoon of honey, then you will find that after stirring, that honey will dissolve in water. Fruit juice. Fruit juice also, if you add some water into the fruit juice and you will stir that, then both the liquid will dissolve and you can't separate them. So these are the liquids which are soluble in water. So these are called as miscible liquid. But there are some liquids which do not dissolve in water. Do oil dissolve in water? No. It will float in water because the density of the oil is less than the water. So it will float in water. Kerosene, petrol, and the refined oil which we are taking in our food for making food. So this oil will not dissolve in water. So these are called as immiscible liquid. Many gases are also there which are dissolved in water. Gases such as oxygen, ammonia, carbon dioxide, they are dissolved in water. And this dissolved oxygen which is found in the water where the aquatic plants and animals are living, they are using this gas for their survival. We all know that aquatic plants and animals which are living in the sea or which are living in the river, they are using this. They also have, for survival, they also need oxygen. So oxygen is fiercely soluble in water. So this dissolved oxygen is used by the aquatic plants and animals to live. Okay. So this is all about the solubility. So today I have taught you conduction of heat, conduction of electricity, and soluble and insoluble materials. So up to this much I have taught. So you please go through this. In the next video I will continue with the next topic. Thank you.